real men don't go woke, real men don't go voiceless, real
Right.
men don't go spineless. Well, not that there is a correlation necessarily, but I just saw this headline: the silent disease sneaking up on men. Get
Mm.
this: osteoporosis on men. Now, this is,
That's crazy. How?
I know. Well, we can talk about how for until the cows come home, and nobody really knows
You
any
mean
of
cows, right?
it. Even the cows don't know.
No, cows, osteoporosis, need more milk. No, I'm just
No, no, and that doesn't even help. No, we we are talking about being spineless, and
right.
I just can't help but believe. And again, this is not a science study, but I can't help but believe that our mind gives way to what our body does.
Exactly.
It's been shown again and again and again. So I am suggesting that suddenly men are being diagnosed with osteoporosis and osteopenia that has traditionally been a female disease. What's
Right.
that all about? What's that all about? Well, I'll tell you.
What
Men
is?
today, in today's literature, are being told, where's your spine? You're not standing up for yourself. There's got to be some kind of unconscious connection between a guy who's a wimp. Wimp. What does wimp look like? Nah. And I'm not talking about his sexual apparatus either. Nah, that's his spine. Okay? His spine isn't upright. He's not taking care of the things that he has to take care of. So this study was talking about ways to battle it. There's
Okay.
only one way to battle osteoporosis. I mean, if you're taking meds or whatever else, you
How's
have to
that?
lift heavy weights. Lift, lift, lift. Do plenty of exercise. Do heavy weight bearing exercise. Now, some of these guys, the soy boys, for example, are not lifting. They're not doing those kinds of exercises. And now suddenly we see this disease and the report calls it a silent disease because it's just snuck up on men without them even recognizing it. So that's fascinating to me. And I don't care how many physicians, how many medical researchers find out that, well, it's because of not enough this, not enough that, not there is a psychological component to every single illness we take on. And I said purposely take on because we inculcate our bodies and our minds, telling ourselves, oh, well, I can't stand up for this and I can't speak out for that. And this is what women are all complaining about with these woke guys. They are not strong. Women want strong men. Women want men who will protect them. Women want men they can interact with on an equal level. How's a strong woman going to interact with this?
They're not going to be able to.
No. Well, I was not surprised when I saw this report. So we'll wait and see. Let's see what happens. They're telling you what everybody, every woman knows. We have to lift heavy weights. We have to be out there doing exercises that we're not used to doing. So I think there's this psychological component, and there is no way of proving it at this time.
So there's no way of proving it yet.
No, there's no way of proving it. Longitudinally, however, after a couple of years, maybe somebody will do a study that compares men who are woke with men who have osteoporosis.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna get in so much trouble. Men are woke. Why are men woke? What do you think? It's just because of
Well,
our school system?
no, I think it's a reaction to all that has happened, being called toxic so often that they just had enough. I mean, this is unusual for a PhD, but I do read comments on on all the social media, on TikTok and on Instagram. I read what people are saying. And the men are saying, I've had enough. I'm not dealing with these women anymore. They are users. They are obnoxious. They just want me for what I can provide and nothing else. And it's interesting because I am sitting
So
and
is that a problem that they just want them for providing? Do you think that's
not at
just a
all.
woman's need?
No, women want that. They want that
Yeah,
providing.
would you feel weak like when if you were dating somebody, would you want somebody that's making less money than you?
Most of the men that I date make more money than I
Okay,
do.
that's a good thing, but what if it wasn't? Would you?
Poor, starving artist. I don't think I have much in common with him. If he
So
was poor, starving, and he also took on the attitude of poor me, I'm a victim. I have no tolerance for that. Oh no, 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 no. I walk the other way. I don't want to hear about that. I teach this stuff. There are no victims. There are only victors. And this is what I teach. You have to be able to be a victor. And how do you do that? You start to believe in it. First, believe it yourself, and then you project it because you feel it. And there's no question about is he strong or is he a wimp? So I think men have reacted to being called toxic so much that they just became the pendulum swings to the opposite direction until it finds its modicum. So it swung from one extreme to the other extreme. And so where is the center for all of us? I don't want to be in control. I don't want to be in charge of a man. I don't want to be diapering him or taking care of him because he is a poor me victim. That is a turnoff for most women.
and you think that men are just becoming that, and that's in your book.
That's my book. Real men don't go woke.
I like, I mean, I could see I used to be that way. No more. And
Well,
I needed somebody to beat that out of me.
well, how did that
And
happen for
someone
you?
beat that out of me. And now
Well, wait,
I'm
wait. Who's
not,
the someone? A woman?
I'm not going to say.
No, no. I want to know if it's a woman.
No, no, that's for an off air conversation.
Well,
And
now
I've learned and I became tougher for it. And it's a good thing because I'm a man. And will I get in trouble for those reasons? I hope so. Because as men, it's very interesting when you listen to people, like the Tate brothers, don't like the Tate brothers. Andrew flat out says, you know what? A man complains, I gotta work too much, or I gotta do this, or I'm not getting enough sleep, or crying and moaning. What about the people that are, fighting wars, going through all these painful things? Be a man, suck it up. And that really taught me I better stop looking at that direction of weakness.
every time I am on a piece of equipment, exercise equipment, I keep hearing in my mind, don't quit when you're tired, quit when you're done. That is a very significant aphorism for me to keep telling myself because I'm so tired. Oh my God, I've had enough. I'm huffing and I'm puffing,
Right.
but no, I'm not done yet. If I set my watch for 20 minutes, I'm done after 20 minutes. So those goals, goal setting for anybody is absolutely vital. You have to know what is your goal in advance. If your goal on the dating scene, if your goal is just to get a woman to like you without knowing who you are, without your knowing who you are, and you're just putting on this people pleasing attire for her,
Right.
that's going to wear very thin very quickly.
All
That's not
right.
going to work. You have to be yourself. You have to be transparent and you have to know what your goal is and how you're going to achieve it. And you also, most importantly, have to know how you can measure that goal to see if you have indeed achieved that.
You can, if you believe it, you can achieve it.
That's right. You got that right.
All right. Let's go check out drgilda.com, pick up meal. Real men don't go woke. And also schedule a call. She has one spot available. Appreciate it, Dr. Yolda.
Thanks, Neil.
You're listening and watching the Neil